Hello, welcome to ROGA, 77 days of ROGA. Holy shit, I am truly terrified. If you felt what I'm feeling right now, it'd be jittery and like that kind of feeling. And also, there's also this part of like, I need to be here. I need to show what ROGA is, bring it to the internet, which I resist a lot, but I'm like, it's so needed. I feel that us feeling ourselves, us coming back to ourselves, us being in our own energy and expression is so fucking important for this world. So I'm here for that. I'm here for us. I'm here for me. I'm here for you. Yeah. So we'll work through the nerves, as always. ROGA always really helps with the nerves. So, the next 77 days, they might be 77 days over a year. I'm not quite sure yet how these are going to land because I'm terrified of commitment. I'm like, what have I done? I'm like, why did I commit to 77 days? Before I was toying around with it, I'm like, maybe 11 days. 11 days feels, we can work with 11 days, but it was strong. It was like, no, 77 days. At first I was thinking 100. Then it went down to 99, then it was 77. I love sevens, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's where we're at. And I'm going to be kind to myself. Like if I can't show up on one of those days, I'm going to just, we'll extend it out, obviously. And who knows, maybe this will be 77 days over a year. So we shall see. We do not know. I don't know what is going to come up through these. All I know is that I'm here to speak truth. So, also, what else I want to say? Yeah, so this is really meant to be, the feeling with it is creating this space for you and myself to just connect with ourselves, just be with ourselves. So we might have like a 3-minute live some days. It might be maybe 1 minute live, it might be an hour live. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm just trusting this gut feeling of like, get going, So that's that. Welcome to the friends joining. So lovely to have you here. I'm just talking about the nerves I'm moving through. So thank you for holding me through this. I had a couple notes I just wrote, but I'm gonna keep it really flowy, obviously. I just want to make sure that I'm going to everything. I guess. I've been really feeling rusty with ROGA, actually. Like, ROGA came through. I'm so bad with calendars and dates and times, but I feel like it was 8-ish years ago. And it started with yoga, and then I started learning Reiki, and then I started bringing them together. So I'd be in a pose, and I would start taking my hands and moving my hands on my body to move the energy. So a lot of it, it basically started when I had this real intense heartbreak. If you've heard the story, you're gonna hear it again. But basically, I was in a really intense time in my life, moving through a lot of grief and a lot of fear, and I was feeling a lot of this heartbreak and sadness in my heart. So when I was learning Reiki, I was just freshly a yoga teacher too. I remember feeling myself just take my hands to my heart area and holding this sadness, and I could feel this almost like static energy happening here, or it was just really kind of going a bit, moving into my hands. So I was just kind of observing this phenomena, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like my hands are vacuuming out this sadness, this grief, this heartbreak, and so slowly I could feel my hands become heavier. So I took them away from my heart, and I looked at them like, oh my god, my heart feels like nothing right now, and my hands feel heavy. So I went like this, I shook it off, and I'm like, holy fuck, how powerful are we? How powerful is our body if we allow the time and the space to actually listen, to actually be with ourselves? I could cry about it. I probably will be crying a lot through these next 77 days. Who knows? It might be raging. We're going to just let ourselves feel everything that's coming up. So yeah, we are on quite a little journey together. Welcome, sisters. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited because it's like the great mystery, the great unknown. But just going back a little bit to ROGA, so which is an unknown mystery too to me, but anyway, so yeah, what happened was after those, I was like, oh, ROGA or Reiki and yoga, and I'm like, this feels like, okay, it just was like ROGA. And then I started sharing that out in my classes and things at the time. And then over the years, I was like really realizing that, oh my God, my body wants to just move and feel out like in different kind of areas. It was just this, okay. And then I could feel myself wanting to express. I've been so, especially back then, but even still, I can still feel so much is moving through. But the throat area was like, it just I wanted to yell or just make some fucking noise, make some sound, because it's like needed. Our voice is so fucking important for this world. I could cry again. I could feel the emotion really there. So yeah, it was wow, I kept sounding and making weird sounds, like creepy sounds, strange sounds, singing songs, gibberish, the whole ordeal. So with that, then I was also shaking. I hate to admit that the Taylor Swift song was coming out at the time, and I remember like, ooh, shake it off. Like it felt like that is so therapeutic. I could feel like my body alchemizing. I could feel the tension release as I shook. So expect to see some shaking here, and also this is a major invitation for not only me to be the weirdo over here, but also you to be the weirdo over there, because let's be real, we're all weirdos and we're trying to hide our weird selves. Why? I don't know. But we don't have to because we're Aquarian CEOs. I'll leave that over there for now because I want to keep these contained, but just know that we will be talking about this whole CEO vibe, Aquarian CEO, feeling our royal energy, all this stuff. So I'm gonna take a sip of water. If you have some, make sure that you do have some for these as well. What I find when we're moving a lot of energy through, it's really good to hydrate back with some nice abundance water, this life force here. So, yeah, so on that little timeline, as I was bringing more and more out through it, I would like do a lot of these ROGA sessions in nature. I found being in nature obviously was like this direct line to source. Like it felt like, ooh, so therapeutic, obviously. So ideally it's always best to be out in nature doing ROGA, I feel. But I mean, we can't win them all. So yeah. So yeah, on that timeline, what happened was, it became like, okay, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't really plan, so yeah, we might get a mishmash here. But so then it was coming through of like me going deep into the space of my sexual healing journey, which I'm sure we'll be talking about in days to come. But basically, I was like forced into this sexual healing journey. I got genital herpes about 5 years ago or 6. I don't know times, but it was a really intensity for me. And for me, it was a portal to be like, yo, I need to start listening to her. She knows what's up, and I've been so numb. I've been so numb to my world and to my body and to her, and just not honoring this sacred sexuality that's always here, which is creative energy, which is life force energy, which is which fuels all of our projects and creations, which is so epic too. So it's so much more beyond than sex. I don't know if I can say that here, probably not, but anyway. Yeah, so I was forced into this wild abyss of healing this sexual wound. And then it was dropping in from who knows where, but like it was coming through of like, okay, ROGA now stands for, it's an acronym. So it stands for royal, which is feeling our royal energy, feeling ourselves, feeling pride, healthy pride. I'm still working on that. I feel like the pendulum swung a bit. I'm like, okay, we're a bit narcissistic over here. But reeling it back to feel into this healthy pride and feeling that we matter, that we're worthy, that we're so beyond worthy of our wild dream. So that's something we'll be working with here to just kind of clear up some of the gunky energy that's been holding us back. And yeah, so the O is orgasmic, and all of these, so like all of them, I'm in this process of understanding what this code was. This acronym landed, I don't know, again, times, but 2 or 3 years ago, I'd say, maybe even 4 years ago. And at that time, it was like Royal Orgasmic Galactic Awareness. I'll get into those. But I was like, what is this? Like, I don't really know what that means, but it dropped in. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna work with that. And yeah, so over time, like with all my like healing, I was in this program with somatic healing and tantra and all this stuff, really going deep into healing her and my sexuality, my numbed out sexuality, I guess you could say. So, and still always on the course of it, right? But so then, yeah, and then realizing that the orgasmic energy is such a vital energy, right? Like, it actually is so healing for our body to be in that pleasure state. And even just seeking pleasure and following that in any kind of way. It could be even like having a coffee or going for a walk or meeting up with friends, like whatever feels fun and good to you is kind of invoking a bit of that orgasmic energy, if that makes sense. And again, these are still landing for me, so we'll evolve together as we do. And then G, so the G is galactic, and this is talking about the quantum world, like the quantum reality, that we actually have every potential at our fingertips. If we can dream it, we can have it. And yes, I'm still very much in this process of like, okay, we're shaking off the old, we're all the old habitual patterns that have held me back. It's like I'm literally shaking those off and creating more space in my body to be more in my higher vision self, if that makes sense. Meaning that I can actually feel like I can hold my wild dream more, if that makes sense, and I get to dream it. So last but not least, and again, we'll probably be talking about these all 77 days, like I'm sure that we'll tap into these in different ways, which I'm so excited about. And yeah, so the A is for awareness. So this is the true superpower, is this, well, they're all superpowers, but awareness feels like everything. It feels like, even now, as I just say it, I'm like, okay, as I've been speaking, I haven't totally been aware of my body standing here, feeling my breath that's kind of shallow right now. But us taking a second to tune in and feel that gives us a point in time to leverage, if that makes sense. So it's like, if I can feel this moment now, then I can start to change my thinking towards the direction I want to go. Yeah. So today we'll be working with awareness. This is what's come through. I really feel like it's a good place to start. I'm gonna have more water because I'm pasty over here. So it's a little bit about ROGA. I know it's a bit of like, what the fuck, but it feels really right over here. And the cool thing is that like, I call it ROGA. I call it ROGA. I'm trying not to be attached to labels, but I kind of am a little attached, but I'm sure I'll be fine if it ends up like not being a thing for me, which I can't imagine it won't be anyway. But then, anyway, the point is that we all get to choose for ourselves, like how can we come back to ourselves? And I know that we all have our own ways. We're all medicine people, we're all artists, we're all healers and innovators and rebels to this wonky, fucked up society. Like, we are here for such a beautiful adventure, I feel like. And who knows what that looks like. But that's the cool thing, is that we all have our individual perspective, and us feeling our royal selves in our own world, feeling our orgasmic bliss, feeling all of that we have the choices to make, to decide our future, then it's like, okay, we are doing really good, I feel. So again, take this or leave this. I would love for you to try things out with me as we move through, just again, like, so I'm not the only weirdo over here. But yeah, if you don't like something, don't do it, obviously. Like, just follow your own flow. That's the whole vibe here. So yeah, and you can call it whatever you want to call it, because we can do that because we're wizards. Okay, and then the biggest thing is big thank you for being on this journey, being in an open mind to feel out what this is with me, alongside me, as we do this together. Thank you for keeping me accountable. As I said, I have been a bit rusty because it's like I don't have an actual set time of practice. Like I said, the calendars are a weird thing for whiskers. Yeah. I need to wax this for you guys tomorrow and myself. But anyway, yeah, so it feels really lovely to have this accountability. So thank you for that. And yeah, thank you just for being open, like I said. Okay. Yeah, I believe so much in our body. I trust our body so much. I truly believe that it's so fucking brilliant. It knows what's up. It tells us when there's an issue, and it's up to us to listen and feel and learn from it and aid the body in some kind of way to alchemize and harmonize back to nature, because we are nature. So nature's brilliant and our bodies are brilliant, right? Yeah. So it'll be a journey of self, coming home to self, to every part of self. So even the parts that are like a bit like, you don't want to deal with those parts, the parts that are like a bit in the shadows, a bit in the shame, a bit in the embarrassment or whatever, those are parts that we're gonna start to feel here too, just so that we can be there and accept and love these parts. And then that also opens up more space in the body so that you can have access to, because the subconscious has been running, trying to get our attention in different ways, and it comes through the body. Anyway, we'll get more into that later. I know I've been talking a lot. So I'm gonna take a sip of water. So a thing too, I would love to have music with these, like ideally and always, usually, I can't really remember a time when we didn't have music with ROGA. So I might be trying that out in days to come, but I feel like there's some weird rules on here with music, and I just don't really want these to be taken off, so we'll see. So again, there's a major adventure over here for me, very different than like a ROGA class or session, voyage, but this is a voyage. So if you're open to it, if you want to join me just by starting to ground in, if we're going to take that little voyage now, And then, yeah, we'll be off for today. So if it feels okay, just to, wherever you are, if you're sitting or lying down or standing, whatever is touching the ground or the chair or the floor, which is the ground. We're starting to breathe just a little deeper. Feeling the support from below you. Feeling this groundedness. Feel this safety. And as you take another deep breath in, we'll inhale and we're going to start to grow a little taller. So feeling that lengthen all the way to the spine. Maybe even activating the core slightly. So kind of squinching the muscles in that core area, pulling everything into that center line. As you're here, relaxing the shoulders back and feel yourself growing from here. So as we inhale, we're feeling ourselves grow taller. And as we exhale, we're feeling ourselves ground, feeling that support. So we're inhaling, growing tall. And exhale, grounding. As we inhale, feel that golden energy into every cell of your body. Can you breathe it in even deeper into your body, into every cell? And from here, just noticing how you feel. Just taking a note, just a little check-in point. Feel this now moment all around you. And as you're here, if your eyes are closed, maybe blinking them open slightly. And just looking around the room. Just taking it very slow. And if you don't know me, then you don't know that I am a turtle as well as a CEO. But yeah, I really like my Taurus vibes of slow. It may annoy a lot of people around me, but can you look around the room extremely, extremely, extremely slow and really take in this moment around you? Notice where you are, notice how you feel. Notice the textures, the patterns, the colors. And as you're here, can you still feel yourself growing taller? That tightness as you pull everything into that center line. And then when you're ready, you're starting to bring it back to your body and just taking a look at your body, just looking down, maybe taking your hands to your arms or wherever and just kind of giving yourself a little squeeze or a little massage or hug. Feel how this feels to even squeeze yourself a little bit harder. Like just really feel this feeling of I got you. I got you. Keep exhaling. And I might invite you into a sigh now. So if you want to get a little bit weirder, we're going to take a deep breath in. And start to sigh. And maybe you want to move just ever so slightly, just almost like a little dance with yourself. Wow. I get to exist in this moment. Feeling whatever emotion is moving through me. I get to be alive right now. Maybe opening up those arms and reaching. Whew. So I forgot to mention, the beautiful thing about this is yours is going to look different than mine, which is very cool because we're all healers. We all know our own way to get there. So just use me as a guide that you can maybe use some movements from, but also just feel into where does your body want to go to explore. I find when I'm doing this, it feels pleasurable and it feels like I'm following where there might be a little bit of discomfort or pain, and I'm just like slowly moving and opening up that energy there. So I've got a lot of pain in my hips. These ones are like these back ones. We won't be here for too much longer, so just letting this be that little moment with yourself. Just, what a nice feeling to feel myself, to be embodied. Maybe starting to roll the hips, making space here. Notice where you've been carrying tension. Notice where there's been a holding in your body, and that will be something to work with for the next 77 days. If you want to keep sighing, maybe stick the tongue out and shake. With your sighing and sounding, you may notice it's starting to sound a little bit, being a little bit more expressive. Notice, what have you been holding on to lately? What's been holding you back from being in your high visionary self? Start exhaling that out. Start sighing it out. Start sounding it out. You can shake. Okay, we're bringing I didn't realize all this would come up the first day, but yeah, these are horse noises. I've recently learned they're a lip buzz. That's a professional name for them, I guess. And the horses do it, and they know what's up. The animals, the kids, they know what's up. Just notice how it feels in your body. Don't take it from me. Feel it out for yourself. What are you clearing with your sound, with your movement? Maybe it's some self-doubt. Maybe it's some fear. Maybe it's anxiousness or shame. Deliberately clearing this now. Trust your body. Keep letting your body guide you as you just kind of give it the reins. Whenever you're ready, just coming back to that beginning space. Take your time if you want to continue doing what you're doing. Again, this is your space to really connect with you, so I'm just someone that's sharing some stuff over here. So, yeah. From here, as you take some deep breaths, I invite you to bring in that connected breath. So it's an open mouth breath actually, and it's really powerful, I find, to get really deep into the body. Because for me, I find breathing hard. Like, it's not easy for whiskers over here. It's a challenge. And so this open mouth breathing feels like I can get deeper into my belly this way. So I invite you to join me. It goes something like this. It's exactly what it sounds like. So you take a deep breath in. Okay, so that's basically like that. So you're going to continue doing that if you feel like it. And from there, I also invite you to invoke, because it's already here, this royal energy, this worthiness, whatever it is that you want to call in. Maybe it's confidence, maybe it's pride. Wow, I got myself to right here. Hold yourself. You can stand up nice and tall with your hands out wide in the receiving mode. And I invite you to inhale abundance. So inhaling. Keep inhaling and receiving. Notice how this feels as you keep invoking this aliveness through your body. Feeling the abundance of every cell replicating, creating that health, that harmonization in your body. This is true, true, true abundance. Filling ourselves up with our own cup, because it's infinite supply here. And you can sound or sigh any wonky thing that holds you back from that. We've all been in a weird world of greed and poverty and so much tragedy. So if this brings up some stuff for you, that's totally normal, and just keep breathing and sounding out what you need to sound out, letting it move out and through, so we can make space to vibrate a little bit higher or a lot higher. You get to choose. Yeah. So feeling this infinite abundance, feeling your body here, feeling yourself grow taller, and feeling again the belly kind of activated through that core area. So you're squinching everything to that midline, and we're just about to ground out here. So really taking this moment for exactly as it is, and as we're really pulling everything into the center line, we're also activating that pelvic floor. So just tightening everything we can get a handle on internally. Just tightening, tightening, tightening. And from here, relax the shoulders. Keep growing tall. Keep tightening, keep tightening, keep tightening. And breathing deeply. Keep squinching those muscles in the pelvic floor. Keep tightening, keep tightening. Keep breathing that connected breath. Keep tightening. And relax everything. We'll do that one more time. This will be our last little send-off. And this time we're gonna really feel this golden energy, which is actually really there for real. Like, I know it sounds whatever, but there's actual truth in it. It's called static electricity, which I still need to learn more about, but we'll be talking more later on. So once again, tightening everything to that center line, tight, pelvic floor is activated. You're squinching all those muscles there, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Keep growing taller on your inhale. Sounding on your exhale if you feel like it. And your body feels like moving. Listen to your body. You don't have to stay like me. Keep tightening that center area. Invoking and feeling this aliveness. The true wealth is our aliveness. So deliberately tightening even a little bit more. Squinch, squinch, squinch. Feel that crown on the top of your head. Feel this glowy radiance that you are, that you emanate all the time, if you choose. And you actually do it without even choosing to. One more tightening. And then let go of everything. And wiggle it out. Shoo. So yay. That was a little glimpse-ski of ROGA. So yeah, I'd be so excited to hear if you were journeying with me there, and yeah, what came through, how you're feeling with it. Give yourself some time and space today to hydrate and also be with whatever's come up. Sometimes it's good to journal. I feel like this really helps ground a lot of stuff that's happening here. I'm like, this is my therapist, I feel, along many of my other sisters and bros. But yeah, so I think that's all for today. So thank you for joining. Again, a lot of these ones, like in the next 76 days, they're just gonna be, I don't know, maybe like I said earlier, very short, very just like a quick touch-in point, because what I'm hoping to create here is just this spaciousness for ourselves to feel ourselves, but also be together alongside as we're in our own places, and feeling our royal, orgasmic, galactic, aware self. Anyway, I love you and have the most beautiful, beautiful day, amigos. Mwah. Oh, how do I close this? 1 second. I thought I knew how to do this. 1 sec. I think I should do that. Yeah. Bye.